Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Kevin with The Serious Man, and today's video is exactly what it says in the title. I'm going to be showing you how to make, edit, and post your videos using just your iPhone. It doesn't matter what you're rocking, an iPhone 13 or an iPhone 7. This is a beginner's guide to making YouTube videos that everybody can do, so let's dive in. Alright, so before you get to the actual magic of making your video, there are a couple of things that you should do first. Step 1 is to come up with an idea. Basically, what is your video going to be about? You want to create something that either interests you or something that people will want to see. That way, when you post it up to social media, you're going to get the views and the audience that you're seeking. This tells you exactly what you want inside of your film. Next step is going to be to write out a script or use bullet points of what's important to you so that when you're talking in the video, you don't stumble across your words the way that I just did a moment ago. It sounds fluid, it sounds natural, and another thing you can do when you're writing a script is to write out what should be in your film. Step 3, and this is the most important part, is to actually go out and get your footage. For demo purposes of this video, I'll be getting random footage from around my apartment building. It's not going to be any too fancy, but what I do recommend also is that you shoot your footage, if possible, in the same way that it's going to flow on your video. Alright, so now that we've gotten our footage, the next thing that you want to do is put that all together and begin the video making process. And for this video, I'm going to be using Adobe Premiere Rush. And I use that because to me, it's got all the same bells and whistles as the desktop Premiere version, but this is more optimized for using it on a mobile device like your phone or your tablet. There are two different versions of this. One is subscribed and one is free. And you can get started making your videos with the free version. You do not have to use the paid version, but if you do go with the paid, it's $5 a month and unlocks various features and graphics. So we'll go ahead and we're gonna open Premiere Rush and tap on this plus sign here at the bottom and then go to where it says add media. And I'm going to open up my camera roll. It's going to take a second to pre-populate, and let's add some of that footage that I went outside and grabbed. So again, guys, remember this is just like random stuff. It's nothing like too good or anything. I'm just going to use this for making purposes of the video. But I'll go ahead and add some of these in there. There we go. And we're going to name the project. What should I name it? Let's just call it I'm going to just call this Around the Block. Cool. Once that's done, you can tap on this cog signal. What I like to do is set all my aspect ratios to be 16:9. That way it just looks better when you're putting this on YouTube. And I'm not using any pictures, so I don't want to pan and zoom my photos. Auto reframe mismatch clips, that's just something, if you want to go ahead and use that, that's fine. If not, you're more than welcome to go without it as well. I'm going to click OK and then return. Now, here's another important part. You could back up your videos to Adobe Cloud CC by clicking or tapping on this button right here. This will send the video to the cloud and it will sync it as you're going along inside of Adobe. If you don't want to use that, whether everything is stored on your device, that's fine as well. So for this video, we're just going to go ahead without that sync and start the create process. Now what it's going to do is it's going to prepare the media. And then once that's done, you see everything on your timeline there. So what I next want to do is I want to tap on this button here so that I can see the labels that I have for video. I have sections for audio. And depending on what I now want to do with this video, this is where the real magic starts to happen. So let's just kind of take a look and see what I've got so far. As you guys can see, it's running the timer here at the top, so that's at the 27 mark. Overall, I had 2 minutes and 41 seconds of footage. This orange thing here is the current clip that you are viewing. At the bottom, that blue line or that blue kind of squiggle line there, that's the audio. And this line here shows you where you are within that specific clip. And then here are a couple of shots of me taking pictures or video of the pool. These are crane shots, by the way, that I use with my DJI mobile gimbal. This shot was also taken with the gimbal. Sorry about that. More of me just messing around with various shots with the gimbal. Some of me going back into the apartment building. And going through the hallway. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and stop it there. Let's rewind it back to the beginning. And remember earlier in the video, I was saying that when you're making your videos, you want to add your clips kind of in the same order that you want them to go, or at least the way that you want your story and your script to flow so that they kind of match up. So now that I've already done that, let's go ahead and start the process of making the real magic happen and clipping and editing these videos. So I feel like I want to expand this. That way I've kind of got more real estate to work with as I'm zooming through my clips. Since I've got two of these here doing the exact same thing, I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to delete one. And the way that's done is by pressing and making sure that this clip is selected. You can tell that it's selected because it's orange. I want to press on it again and then go to delete. All right, this part looks good. This part looks good as well. Now with here, I think I want to start it off right as the movement is happening. So with that, I'm going to start the line there and we're going to split it. And I want to delete that extra part so that when this video starts, there's already movement inside of it. Boom, like that. And then I kind of split the end of it because I know it stops or pauses for a brief second. So we're going to delete that. Again, I just want to show certain parts. So let's just do right here, right before it pans up. I'm going to split that. And then I think I just want to use just that. So let's split this. Delete. Good. And yeah. All right. Oh, wait. So it did kind of glitch out. So this is what's great about the snipping tool. And again, this is the same way that it works with the desktop. All you really want to do is bring this blue line here to the part of the video where you want to snip it at. And then once it's there, you tap on the clip, go to split, it splits it at that section, and I could delete the rest of it. All right, so doing that, you see the video's been trimmed down to 2 minutes and 2 seconds. I know what this part here looks like, so I just want to zip through the rest of it to see how that looks. So let's start there. And this is another great thing about what you want to do when you're editing your videos, because you want to look through it as many times as you feel is needed. after you've made your base edits is what I call these, to make sure things kind of flow the way that you want them to. All right, so I found something I didn't like. This is what's great. So I can go back right at that moment where the camera pans down. I'm going to split it and delete it. That way it looks a little bit smoother. Cool. All right, and I want to delete that last section right before it drops off and starts going crazy again. So we'll just split and delete. And now everything is kind of smoothed out. All right, so the next thing that I do is if I'm going to be using the voice track that's on here, I'm just going to not do anything. I'm going to just leave that the way it is. But for the demonstration purposes, I want to delete that part. So I want to remove and separate the audio from here. Let's go ahead and tap on a clip, and then we're going to go to separate audio. And we can do that same thing there as well. Now, if you're not going to be using the audio that's already pre-recorded in the clip, you don't necessarily have to separate it. I just wanted to show you guys that that ability is possible. You can also hit this volume button here, and it will silence everything that's on that section of the planner. So by hitting on there, you see the blue part turns gray, and now it silences on the audio. Audio that's been separated is going to show in these bottom parts here, and you have these microphones to tell you that it's in the audio section. The eyes here at the top will tell you that this is something visual. You can have up to 3 different audio parts and up to 4 visuals. And to delete those, all you do again is simply tap on it and go to delete. So now that I've gotten that, let's do a quick voiceover. So we're going to use this here. Once I tap on that one time, it shows you that it's ready. Tapping on it again will start a timer. And when it hits 1, you go ahead and start talking. So, this is me. I'm just going downstairs. Let's take a walk around the block, guys. We're going to see if the pool is still open. It is a very bright and sunny day here in Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm just loving the winter weather. And yeah, so this is kind of a test demonstration video I'm making for another video. So if you guys are watching this, be sure to give it a like. Subscribe to the channel as well. And just go on this peaceful walk as I take a stroll down around the block to the not the gas station. Gas station is close, but I'm not going to there. I'm going to the pool. Bright and sunny day here in Raleigh. There's one of my neighbors driving by in their truck. Da, 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 da. I am a dog person, so. All right, so we'll get here. And let you look at that. Unfortunately, the pool is closed. Dang. Oh well, let's head back to the house. So once you've done recording the audio that you want to use inside of your video, as you can see now, it has added it and it is green to show that the audio is there. Let's go ahead and listen to it and play it back. Start talking. So, this is me. I'm just going downstairs. Let's take a walk around the block, guys. We're going to see if the pool is still open. It is a very bright and sunny day here in Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm just loving the winter weather. And yeah, so this is kind of a test demonstration video I'm making for another video. So if you guys are watching this, be sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel as well, and just go on this peaceful walk as I take a stroll down around the block to the not the gas station. Gas station is close, but I'm not going to there. I'm going to the pool. All right, cool. So I like the way that sounds. We're not going to listen to the entire thing. All right. Well, let's go on to now changing or doing some editing of my audio. So I want to select the audio. We're going to scroll here at the bottom till I find the audio tab. And now it has up these settings and configurations for what I can do with that audio. If it is a voice, you're going to see the type be voice. And with this, I can adjust the clip volume by pressing on that. I can auto volume it, which the system will use its own intelligence to kind of figure out the way that it thinks will sound best in the video. If there are any background noises, I can kill those by clicking on voice noise and activating that. And I can kind of balance the sounds of my voice compared to the sounds that are already going on in the video by tapping on this as well. So these three settings are the ones that I use for all of mine. Let's take a look now to see how better it sounds. Start talking. So, this is me. I'm just going downstairs. Let's take a walk around the block, guys. We're going to see if. So now with making those changes, my voice sounds just a little bit better. And the next thing you probably want to do is add a soundtrack. So now that I'm still under the audio tab, I'm going to hit browse. And again, remember guys, I'm using the subscription version, so you guys may not have access to all the sounds that I have. But here are the categories of sounds that you have built in. You have the soundtracks, sound effects, and loops. Loops are sounds that just play continuously over and over again. They're not very long, they're short. You can play them back and back to back the way they'll sound like a consistent sound. You have sound effects and you have soundtracks, which are much longer. We're going to go to a soundtrack and you can search these air by categories because as you can see here, this is the category of country American, classical. That one at the top is reggae. I want to search for something that's hip hop. So I'm going to type that in and we're going to find one that I like. I think this is going to be a good one. So let's preview that by tapping on the play button. And I think that sounds good. So let's go ahead and add it. All right. So now that we've added this, let's play it back to see how it all flows. Start talking. So, this is me. I'm just going downstairs. Let's take a walk around the block, guys. We're going to see if the pool is still open. It is a very bright and sunny day here in Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm just loving winter weather. And yeah, so this is kind of a test demonstration video I'm making for another video. So if you guys are watching this, be sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel as well, and just go on this peaceful walk as I take the stroll down around the block to the. All right, what do you guys think? That sounds pretty good. Gas station. Cool. So the same settings that you could use to adjust your sound, you could do with the audio as well. Notice that here, when I have that part highlighted, it changes the type from voice to music. I can change the volume. I can auto volume. I can auto duck, which basically reduces the volume or tells the video when to make the volume louder or softer, depending on what's going on. We're going to leave that as it is. And I'm going to scroll through the rest of my platter here to see how this matches up to the entire video. All right, so I have a little bit of blank space left here where there's nothing playing. I'm going to go ahead and add another audio clip. This time, since I need something shorter, actually, let's go back. Let's do that exact same one. So let's search for hip hop. Let's scroll down till I find that soundtrack. This is Trap Dark Room. We're going to add it. I want to line it up there. And since it is longer than what I actually need it to be, you can see now that I have these two here, it's extended the play time to 3 minutes and 24 seconds. Obviously, my video is not that long, so I don't want it to be that long. Let's zoom out of my timeline, make it smaller. So now I can see everything in a more compact view of what I've got. And to make this shorter, all I want to do is highlight it and then hold at the edge of it and drag it to where I want it to be. When this here matches up with something that's already on your timeline, you're going to see a white line appear at that video. See right there? Now it's synced up. And if you're also using your iPhones will have haptic feedback and tell you exactly where it matches up. So now when this starts over, or when this one ends, it'll start right over again. And it's going to end when the video ends. There you go. All right, so now that I've got those things up, I think I may want to add some effects. So we can go here, we're gonna tap on effects. I think I wanna go with a fade to, or a fade to black opening. So the way that you apply this is, again, you wanna make sure that you highlight the clip that you want that effect on there, and then by hitting the button there, it applies the effect. So we want that. I want to do there again. Come on. There. This is one of the downsides to using the mobile app, because on the DeckSide side, you can just apply this to all the clips that you have with a simple shortcut. Unfortunately, here you have to go through and do it manually. Now, if I zoom out, you can see the effect, which is there, and I know that it is on the rest of my clips and videos. If I scroll through it and I see this little icon there, that icon at the top tells you what effect it is that you made, and the one here at the bottom tells you how long the effect is made for. You can change the duration of the effect by going to duration and either tapping here to adjust the time or using the slider. So if I want to make that one longer, let's just speed that up. We're going to use it to 75 seconds. And this is quick a take view of how it looks so far. Start talking. So, this is me. I'm just going downstairs. Just taking around the block, guys. We're going to see it's still open. All right, that looks good. Let's take a look at this effect. Unfortunately, it's almost time. All right, that looks good so far. So this looks like a pretty decent video. I may not want to add anything else to it. Then again, you may want to. I think I want to put a title in here as well. So now what we're going to do is go over to graphics. Then we're going to add a graphic, and then we're going to add a title. Again, depending on which version you guys are using, you may not have access to all these. I'm going to go to titles here. We're going to tap on more, and let's scroll down until I find something that I like. Let's see. I want to be a little bit creative with this. How about that one? So we're going to add, and now the titles graphics that you add to your videos are going to appear above your main video footage, and these are going to be in purple. It shows you the title, or at least the text that's in it there. You can make it shorter or extend it by holding on the edge and dragging it out. What I want to do here is I want to select it, and then we're going to go to layer. We're going to select the text, and now I can adjust and edit the text that's on that title. So we're going to change that to, actually, let's go ahead. We're going to change that to the title. Let's say around the block. All right, that's cool. Now let's take a look at how it looks. Start talking. So, this is me. I'm just going downstairs. Let's take a walk around the block, guys. We're going to see if the pool is still open. All right. It is a very I know the rest of my video looks good, and I'm pretty satisfied with how things are looking so far. So once you guys have made all your edits and you're pretty okay with the way things are looking, you want to go here to the very top, and you want to tap on export. Adobe is going to show you the size of your file, and you can edit the quality settings by tapping on that. Since this video was filmed in 4K, 30 frames per second, it's going to default the resolution automatically to that, and it tells you what it's the frame rate to be. Audio channel and the quality. If I don't want it to be that high, I can tap on automatic and change my settings here. For the sake of this video, we're going to downgrade it just a little bit. Let's make it 1080p. Actually, let's go with a 4K 30 frame. All right, so when I did that, it changed the frame rate to 30, and the size shrunk as well. So once you're satisfied with that, you want to tap on export and simply allow it to do its thing. All right, so great. The video has done exporting and saved it to the camera. You can have the options, or at least now if you want to upload it to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and so on, you can tap on either of these. For the sake of this video, I'm not going to be using that. I'll show you guys how to upload it to YouTube on your own now. So what I want to go here is tap on done. All right, now we're going to open up my YouTube. So let's go here. Switch accounts. to my account. All right, and then we're gonna tap on that button there. Let's upload a video. So go ahead and do it again. There is my saved video. Let's take one last look over.
Going downstairs, just taking a walk around the block, guys. We're gonna see if it will still open. It is a very bright and sunny day here. I just love it when it's weather.
All right, feel like that's good. All right, so if you're satisfied with the way your video looks, you want to go ahead and tap on next. YouTube is going to ask you to create a title and a description. Again, I'm going to call this one around. We're going to call it around the block. All right, let's make a description. Let's say we're going to see if all right, once you've added your description, your visibility is going to be public. No, this is not for kids, which is very important because YouTube has very strict restrictions on what videos kids do have access to. You can add a location in the playlist if you already have that done. We're going to go to tap upload, and now in the background, YouTube is uploading the video. Now, once that is done, what I do is exit that, and I go back to the Studio app, and I'm going to click on Content. Now, if that video, as you can see, YouTube has already started processing that video. Depending on how long your video is and the quality of it, it may process long, it may process in a short amount of time. While this is going, if you want, you can tap on here to edit your description and your title. But what I want to go ahead and do is create a thumbnail. So in order to do that, we're going to open up the Spark Post app. And we're going to tap on this green button here. We're going to go to Photo Library. And I've already got a picture set that I want to use as that. Oh, these are my wedding pictures, guys. Just got those back. But I want to tap on the thumbnail that I want to use. Give that a second to process. All right. And then we're going to go to Add. And I want to change this over to a YouTube thumbnail, which will make it smaller. And then we'll tap on Done. All right, now let's kind of highlight or center it. You want your thumbnails to be as attractive to what your video is and what you think people may interest. You can also put text inside of this as well. So let's go ahead and tap that and then edit. And I'm going to name the text in the video the same thing as the title, which will help it when people are searching. We're going to call that the same thing, around the block. Is the pool open? All right, now to make it more visible, I'm going to go here to effects. Let's add an effect to that. And let's do something cool with the font as well. Let's change that. We're going to go done. And I want to save it. Save the image. It's saved to my camera roll, so now I have a perfectly well-fitted thumbnail. We're going to go back to YouTube Studio, and I'm going to tap on this pencil and tap here again. Go to Custom Thumbnail. Upload the one that I just made. All right, let's select. Save. It's going to save the changes. And there we have it. The video has just uploaded. As of right now, I have no views. But either way, this is exactly what it's going to look like when people see it on your channel. And this tells you exactly, everything else. So there we go. All right, so now that your video has been posted and you're out promoting it on social media, another thing that I recommend that you do if possible is to be online watching the comments and the likes of your video, not just paying attention to how many views it gets. So this way, if somebody is asking questions inside of the comments, you could be ready to answer them. And it's going to help you build good rapport as well as make you come off more friendly to your viewers. And people really enjoy that. And there we have it. So if any of you enjoyed this tutorial on how to make a YouTube video and get started from scratch, please give this video a thumbs up. I'm sure to, do the usual, the like and subscribe and all that. But either way, I do appreciate you guys watching. And for everybody who's getting started, I wish you all the best of luck. Feel free to hit me up in the comments below if you have any questions. And until next time, stay safe. Thanks for watching. Peace.